I think we'll move on to top games now. I've got a pile here of some games that I remember playing quite a lot. Or not necessarily quite a lot actually, but got memories of. I'm just going to briefly go through them. Not going to do what Rob and I do, 20-minute chat about each game. But just basically some memories. There's a few I haven't got, so some notable mentions I'm going to say straight away. Tekken 3 is one of them, which I've got. I don't know where it is. I haven't got the case for it upstairs. Gran Turismo 2, both Destruction Derby games. I've got one of them upstairs, but the other one is actually out in my shed because I did a gameplay on it a little while ago. So, but anyway, these are some of the games that I've got some memories of. So I've showed you one already in Overboard. I've already given a description on that. Really, really clever little game. Always love playing that. First one here, the first one that I touched on recently, Gran Turismo 2 I do have in the house somewhere, don't know where it is. But this was just mind-blowing, this game. Absolutely incredible. The amount of cars you had on this, just what you could do on a car game. Coming from 16-bit consoles to being like, this was my first real game that I played 3D wise with cars, car racing and stuff. Next one was Tonka Touring Cars. I actually got this game for Christmas, and this is actually, I want to say this is actually my original. No, it's not my original copy. Sorry. Tonka Touring Cars. That was absolutely brilliant. Really, really into my touring cars at that time. Absolute classic for the system, and that is Wipeout. This is a platinum version. This was a recent pickup, I seem to recall, but it's like brand new, never even been opened really. And we just saw me open it there actually, but it's like the disc spotless, manual spotless, everything. So, yeah, Wipeout, great soundtrack. I think there's things like Chemical Brothers and stuff on there. Really, really great music. I could easily go back and play that game and really, really, really enjoy listening to the soundtrack. Next game is a classic with, talking of soundtracks, the worst music ever, and that is Premier Manager 1998. I'll put a little snippet of the music in the background for you guys here now.
I want you to go through the season and not lose one match. It's going to be possible, and we're going to do it.
So you see what I mean? The music is pretty poor on this. It just says the same words over and over again the whole way through the game. Slightly annoying, but anyway. Next one, already spoken about it. FIFA Road to World Cup, David Beckham on the front. Easily one of my favourite FIFAs. The first time they really did sort of the video of the city you're playing in at the stadium. And obviously the San Siro there, which is going to get demolished soon, which is a real shame.
The one that had Blur song too at the start.
Yeah. Blur were my favourite band at the time, so I was massively all over that. So yeah, that was a brilliant intro as well. Next game is Ronaldo v Football, which I touched on in the last video. A lot of people I've had 2 people on Facebook contact me actually who have watched this video, and they've picked this game up recently and said they've really enjoyed it. So I'm really glad that hopefully some people have found a hidden gem football-wise there. Next one is a really interesting concept, and that's FA Premier League Stars. I remember buying this for Ed for his birthday one year, and I bought this one at the video game market that Rob and I went to, but I bought it when I went by myself the year before, and then broke it on the train on the way home. Interesting story there. Pointless.
That guy did it for sure, to be honest.
Sorry?
Yeah, that guy had a comment. You've got to use what's to hand.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree. Next game
your ticket was.
We can have a problem here.
That's right, little.
So next one is a game that I did a gameplay on, and that's NHL 2000. Ed and I got this in a Christmas stocking one morning. Christmas, I think it was '99. We got this brilliant NHL game, and sort of started off the love affair really with ice hockey for me. That's a recent review I've done. The next ones I'm going to show these together because they're just awesome titles, and that's the SmackDown games. I'd probably go for this one over the 2, just because the roster was larger on this. But SmackDown, yeah, quality game series, absolutely brilliant. Never really seen anything like it before. You could do the modifications of wrestlers and stuff, and make your own wrestlers and stuff like that. It's just, this was such a mind-blowing game when it came out. It's so good.
The one where
and it was,
you get jumped.
I think it probably was, but this one had more of a storyline on it from memory. SmackDown 2.
I
think it might be this one.
And you'd be like, okay, I'm doing really well. Probably my next fight is probably going to be for the championship. and then you get jumped by punk like expert
That's it.
backstage. You're like, you're not.
It's just as well, Rob. That's how this got broke. So you know, getting jumped backstage, people hustling for train tickets. So yeah, I think you're right though. I think you're right. It was that. I think it was that one. The next one, again, a game I've shared. Oddworld, such a great game. I love playing this game. Never ever gets old. I love playing this game. This was a real memory. This actually came with our console actually when we got it at the Christmas. And it was a game that my parents apparently just picked up because they liked the look of it. They thought it was going to be quite funny. And to be honest, it was brilliant. And it's a game now that I still absolutely love going back and playing. A game that I've got memories of buying on one of my lunch hours at Alders of Portsmouth, and that is South Park Rally. That's brilliant. There's some absolutely brilliant one-liners in this. Terence and Phillip are just hilarious on this. Oh, they're on the back there actually, Terence and Phillip. But oh man, they're apparently they're remaking this. So this will be amazing to play online if this got remade. Oh man, I'd love
Is
this.
that the one with the hookers on it?
Yeah, you would be racing. I think it was. You'd be racing and you could pull over if you were chef or something. It was a bit. I think that was it. It might be a version on the N64. No, one of them had. I think the N64 is better because it had Mario Kart 64 and stuff. But anyway, the next one is obviously Resident Evil 2. Remember playing this game to death. Absolutely love this game. 2 discs on this one. Yeah, I mean, what's not? This is a game, obviously, being number 2 in the series. I'd never even played Resident Evil 1 before I played this game, so I absolutely love that game. So that's just a few there, but I mean, there's some gaming memories I've got. I could probably list 5 or 6 others, which are actually failing me at the moment, but I did reference quite a few at the beginning. Yeah, I mean, PlayStation 1's such a great console for me, so many happy memories. Yeah, I'm intrigued to see what your guys' selections are. So, Rob, what's yours?
Did you ever play any of the Resident Evil games then? I don't remember us having them with you then.
No, we didn't have it.
Too scary.
I'm trying to see what year. This was 98. This would have been released. So,
I remember a friend having it, and I couldn't really get into it because the controls on it are really weird, aren't they? They're kind of
they are
of the person rather than your perspective.
That's it. Yeah.
I couldn't get my head round that.
Yeah.
And also, when you go from one room to the other, isn't it like it's completely black, but you can see a door open and you keep going up the steps.
But there's nothing anywhere else.
Yeah,
it's just a black.
Yeah. Kind of gone a bit blind each time he needs to go to a different room.
Yeah. You know what? That's one thing I would say actually about SmackDown 2. SmackDown 2 had loading times in Royal Rumbles.
Yeah.
Every time but I don't think the first one did.
No, it didn't.
So there's little things like that. Yeah, just but fair play on the Resident Evil stuff.
Yeah.
Another thing with SmackDown 2 I didn't like was remember the career, like when you simulate other people's matches, it came up a little bars.
Yes.
And it was like they were fighting. I was like, I don't really care.
Paul Bearer was amazing on one of the games. He was like amazing. He would like always win the Intercontinental Championship on our version. He was amazing. And Vince was really good as well. I think Gerald Briscoe was quite good and people like that as well. It was like really random people would always win belts.
There is a secret hunk of a man. He comes in the ring. He just strolls in and his hair is chest. He just bricks and jacks.
The rumour is that's where Triple H got the thing on the ropes, with the yeah. So cool. Anyway, games, guys. What are you going to go for?
You go first, Dan? You want me to
go? One I said already. So Ape Escape was pretty cool. Not many people seem to have played it. Don't know why, but it was just really cool. With you have like little gadgets, and you literally there are loose monkeys about. There is an evil monkey, and he's controlling all the other monkeys, and they've gone
little scamp. Oh.
That's tail. Isn't that
If you think of anything worse, so naturally, the world's way of getting over this issue is to not send in the military or anything like that. It's to tell a professor to make an invention of a net to give to a 10-year-old Japanese boy to catch monkeys with. That was
Why wouldn't you?
that was their
You
answer.
know?
But yeah, it was just really cool. Like I say, use the left stick to move, but then the right stick to. So if you were knocking your net that way, you would move the stick that way. Or if you, there was a thing which was called a stun baton, I think it was called, and it was basically a rip off of a lightsaber. So yeah, you've got crazy monkeys and lightsabers. What else?
What's not to love?
Yeah, and it was just really cool. Like I say, different gadgets. You could get a remote control car. So if a monkey was hiding somewhere you couldn't get to, you use the remote control car to scare it to run to where you can get it. But then, as the level got harder, the monkeys would know it's a remote control car and just destroy it. So it's just like, yeah, and all the monkeys had their own names. Well, so you had like this radar thing which would tell you if there was a monkey about, and it would tell you what their name is, and it was always a pun on the level. So there's like one where it's movies based. So there's one where it's like there's two of them doing the thing at the front of the Titanic, like recreating that scene. And there's a director monkey with a megaphone thing. There's Romeo.
Sounds a bit like Worms, where you have personalised things.
And like I say, there's like, just a monkey pun for everything.
Nice. I might check that one out. That's what YouTube's great for, is find out those games and find a bit of gameplay on it. I think I'll definitely do that. So I did that with Leo's Fortune. Yeah, I love that game. Yeah, it's a brilliant game. Nice. Okay.
So yeah, there's that, and then we had a lot of wrestling games. I think 90%
That's what I remember playing with you guys. So,
of our games were wrestling games.
did you ever own the ECW one that was on
No,
PlayStation 1?
no.
That's supposed to be really good, apparently.
I think we might have done. I think,
No, it was the same game as Attitude or Warzone, but they just did a reskin because WWF at the time decided they didn't want to work with Acclaim anymore, which was when they moved to THQ, which was for the SmackDown series.
right.
So, yeah, because ECW wanted a game, but they didn't have the budget, they just got Acclaim as like, well, you've already made a game, can we just put our
people in.
instead? Yeah.
That's what I did.
And then just added a few bits of blood, a bit more blood.
Yeah, a few more chat. See, Rob, if you had done this on your woodwork projects, you might have got an A. You know, worked a bit harder and taken someone else's work, bought it off of them.
And thinly veneered.
No, that's interesting. I never knew that about the ECW game.
Yeah, so we played a lot of Warzone, and I remember originally we were, because we were big into wrestling anyway, it was like the first game that we'd seen which was wrestling related on the PlayStation. So we used to keep renting it from, it wasn't Blockbusters, but it was a place in Drayton, I can't remember what they were called. But literally every weekend we would rent the same game. And our parents just went, it's actually cheaper for us to buy the game, renting it every weekend. So in the end, they bought it off the guy who was renting it out. So people, like, well, if we give you X amount and
Can we just not bring it back? So.
This is a fake Blockbusters. It's Blockbusters. It's some fake equivalent that really used to be so okay.
Nice. That's quite a good story. I quite like that. Oh, that sort of ruined my game down the line that I hate. Sorry. Anyway, don't worry. That's fine. Carry on, guys.
So yeah, after that, so we played Attitude a lot. That's one where there was a lot of, like you say, non-wrestlers in it. So Paul Bearer was in it with his. I remember his finishing move was the 450 splash.
Yeah, I think he had that. Yeah, that's yeah.
And they put Head in as a character. So a wrestler called Al Snow used to carry a mannequin head. So they just decided to make that into a character. So the body was invisible apart from hands, boot, and just flying head. It was just mad, but yeah.
What did you have any? Well, I know you had like Medal of Honor games and stuff, Rob. So what ones did you have? What games do you remember from PlayStation?
Well, I mean, obviously, you say Medal of Honor, and I kind of covered that in the last video, not really realising what it was, and then realising a real gem of the game, but with, a lot of attention to detail to kind of the World War II first-person shooter genre that just ran. But the thing I haven't really played for donkey's years, and probably this is possibly to go rebuy it, is the Die Hard trilogy.
Yes, I knew you put that out. That's Die Hard's another game. I knew you got that.
Game. And is it better than the movies? Well, I don't know, but it's up there maybe. For those who haven't played it, it's 3 games in one. For one price, 3 games. Lucky people. And the first one was the Die Hard movie where you it's a third-person shooter. You work your way up, killing literally thousands of nameless, all with wives and kids and all of it. It's a slaughter. But it's really good fun, and the novelty of it is that you've got to rescue the hostages, who are incredibly ridiculous in terms of running into your firing line, taking out all the bad stuff, and get to the lift before the bomb goes off in the air, work your way up to the next level. I worked my way through that game, but it was really addictive. The movement, the graphics have not held up well, but the movement was really good. Had a lot of maneuverability for a breakable object, for a breakable environment, a lot of really fun weapons to use. Ridiculous things like you could get into the lift, and as the doors would close, the bomb would go off. You see the flame go. That door technically closed before the bomb went off. It still counted as you went on to the next level to see not the next level onwards. But then the second game was Die Harder, which was a shooting game, which had the light gun as well. But Time Crisis.
I think that was just Time Crisis that had that.
Or maybe I'm thinking of the driving
maybe
steering wheel for Gran Turismo Ridge Race or something like that. But a really fun shooting game. You do. One thing I remember is mercy kills. So if you had guys who were civilians on fire, if you shot them all, you'd be like, oh, that's fine. Mercy kill.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mercy kill. Shooting lots of innocent people.
But the person that you mowed down or shot to actually get to that person, That counts as. Oh god, I'm gonna get arrested for that now. Unbelievable. Double standards.
Ethics University. They were playing Dynamite. So the third one was kind of a rip-off of Crazy Taxi, where you've got to get to the other side of the city in time before the bomb goes off. But also really good fun. You know, you plow through guys, and Samuel L. Jackson. Are you aiming for these people? And, you know, you try to. Some levels are really complicated. You try to find your way through. You follow an area, you do like the up the stairs, right the other side. Kind of go back upon yourself in order to get it, and you'd be just close enough to get on top of it, so the bomb would go off.
Oh, annoying.
But a really fun game.
I don't know whether Rob's just swearing a lot there, Sam, but you know there was a lot of third words just being heard, so I don't know whether there's a lot of swearing there. So sorry if I got the gist of what you were saying. So hopefully people will know what you were saying.
Alan Partridge, fire and move, guys.
And move and fire and move and fire.
I'm so scared, Alan.
Get back in the lift, Lynn.
It's a really good game. Crash Bandicoot, you've already touched on, a really addictive game. Crash Team Racing, I mentioned in my previous video that you know, was kind of the poor man's Mario Racing. It was actually really good.
Yeah, it was.
Really well done. Medal of Honor. Did you remember? Was it PlayStation 1 or was it PlayStation 2 that there was Loaded and Reloaded?
Loaded was on the PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
Or Lone Soldier as well.
They were both PS1. Loaded was on the demo disc.
Right.
Demo 1, I think it was.
Yeah, it was on the first one.
Yeah, you used to play it a lot. And so I think, like, on Christmas, you got Reloaded.
Yeah. And again, really good fun. Getting ridiculously large weapons and blowing away half the screen people at one time. Very kind of addictive. And you know, guys, you ever play Hogs of War?
No, I always saw it. It was one of those games that was by Infogrames. It was always in the like the bundle ones. It would be like Asda and stuff for like £10. You know, you got the special ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Special one.
A special game. Yeah, special game.
Yeah,
No, it was.
Special department. So, I'd like to hold my hand and I'll follow you and leave you there.
It was usually in with the Teletubby games and things like that. So.
It was kind of quite a fun game. You played pigs. It was like Worms, but it was 3D really. 3D Worms. It was turn-based, team-based shooters, but you know it was set during the First World War. So you were pigs, and it was voiced by the Rick Man. So I quite enjoyed. There's a little snippets there. You know, off pig slaughter.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Your sort of game for sure. Oh, just move the cursor onto Sam. Hello, Sam. There you go. That'll be on the video. Nice. Okay. Any other games, guys? That's a good list there, to be honest. There's a lot of games that I think actually. Hogs of War. I never knew it was voiced by Rick Mail, so I might have to check that one out. That would be quite funny.
You know, there's lots of really.
We used to have an F1 game as well, which was quite good. I think it was literally called Formula 1.
Yeah, I can't quite remember the name of it, but I think it was called Formula 1. So
it was a game with the speed of the vehicle had to go past a certain speed.
Yeah, that's
it was
the Formula 1 games were really good, actually.
The bus that couldn't slow down. Yeah, it was good on the PlayStation 1, really. Did you ever get one of the little ones, the PS1 Slim?
But that's what I've got out in the shed at the moment. Actually, I've got that out there. So it's I got the So I think we sold our PlayStation 1 eventually when my parents went to Canada, because obviously it's NTSC over there, it's not PAL, so we sold a lot of our stuff. So I think I bought one back probably about a year later, and I've still got it now. It's the tiny little, the small one, the PS1. It's great, I absolutely love it. So, but they redid all the analog controllers and stuff with that, so they're a slightly different colour, slightly smaller and stuff, but yeah, so I got one of those. What about you guys? Did you have the original sort of the
PSX? Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Nice one.
Well, yeah, another game that's just sprung to mind was Papa the Rapper. Remember that?
Brilliant.
Oh, Parappa the Rapper, yeah. I'm that's on the G4 Icon series. I've never played it, but it looks insane from when I saw when I watched that episode. It looked good. Did that come with like a dance mat?
No. Get out.
No, I thought it did. But the stuff I saw on that episode, it looked like it did. But
No.
yeah, it did look quite good.
It's one of the launch titles.
I think you might be right. Yeah, I think it might have been.
Yeah, because the case for it isn't the same as other PS1 cases. It was like a really thin one. So I think maybe it came with a lot of the consoles and stuff like that.
I think it was just the black one, wasn't it? Like it was just like a little plastic. It wasn't like the see-through sides.
No, it was kind of like a CD case, that kind of thinness.
Ah, right, okay. Yeah, you might be right then. Maybe it was. Yeah.
But yeah, it's annoying because someone will say something, like when I'm talking to them, and it will be one of the lyrics in the game, and I'll go on a 3-minute rap, and they'll go, "What the hell are you on about?
What are you doing?"
What are you doing? I was like, I can't help it. It's been morphed into my brain since I was a child.
Sam, you need some new friends. You need some new friends. You need to advertise. You need to do everything. Yeah. Interest, Parappa the Rapper. So.
Say 1, 2, 3, the count 3.
So,
are you going to do a rap now for us, Sam, or is
I'm not, but
is that the DVD extras? We're going to have to do it.
I might start like a Patreon account, and then people can donate, and I will
hear Sam sing. So yeah, that's good.
Or I'll start busking, like hold up a cardboard sign. Will Parappa for money.
There'll be a news article in a few months' time with other news now. A local boy, Sam Pride Jarman, or Sam Parappa Jarman, as is well known, has started up a Patreon account and £4 million to recite every single song in the Parappa the Rapper repertoire of music. And then they'll do a cutscene and you'll be going for it on your dance mat, everything like that. You'll be loving it. So.
Can you imagine Parappa the Rapper and you went out like busking? Like, if you went into the middle of like a busy high street and started doing the Parappa the Rapper.
If you pay Sam, he might do it. We got to back him on this, Rob. We got to back him.
Everyone will ignore you apart from the occasional guy and the seats of Ark of the Page who'll be like, oh yeah.
There'll be one person that'll just go, yes.
Ring the bell.
Or they'll just go, look at the tattoo I've got. Look, just a full sleeve of Parappa the Rapper.
But with my face on it.
Yeah.
I knew this day would finally come.
Yeah. Oh.
It was written in disguise.
Starts over here and goes through. It says 1, 2, do the kung fu. Then she follows all the moves. Extended body work. 60%.
It's like the Undertaker, you know, with the sleeve. Just Parappa the Rapper though. It's just. I quite like that. That's good. There's somewhere in the world someone has a Parappa the Rapper tattoo, I'm sure. But
one last honourable mention to me there is Tenchu Stealth Assassin. You ever played the
Tenchu Stealth Assassin? You broke up there. I have played that game, which is why I just said it. So yeah, very good, very good. Actually, the Tenchu Ninja games were quite good. Did you play those? Because there was one that I got it once in a bundle and then sold it on. I never played it, but it wasn't a number after it. It was a name, Tenchu. I can't remember. Someone will probably comment about it, but it was Tenchu Ninjas. Then it had a name after it or something. It was like Exodus or something like that. But it was
the Papa the Rapper collection.
yeah. Tenchu Ninja style. Yeah, that's
It's a
very good though.
It's a crossover game. 1, 2, and it draws a sword.
Do the kung fu.
Yeah.
You bought fist to a knife fight, my friend.
1, 2, I'm gonna chop you.
Sam, I'm feeling another sleeve coming on here, so let's.
Really quickly.
No, it's gonna be. We've got to get this account set up. That would be brilliant. So.
It's like
So,
you know, in Back to the Future, where he changes the future, and then like in the photo, someone will fade away. It's like that, but with a tattoo. As soon as I start talking about it, it just starts appearing on your arm.
yeah. All of a sudden, you can just see a thing like coming up from the neckline that's just coming up to. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's got a full body tattoo. Yeah. Yeah. Subsequent videos, like he's just got tattoos everywhere. So.
Loud and Sweet Falls Japan. There's a lot of Japanese characters here that are swimming pool appropriate.
So, is that your games, guys? They're pretty solid list there. Really good list of games. So,
Sure, this is another 2-hour video.
I was going to say, do you want to guess how long we're at right now?
God.
Sam, you're the guest technically. Go on.
About
1:15,
something like that.
Okay. Rob.
You said 1:15. I'll say 1:14.
Oh my God, we're at 1:14, 11 seconds. So technically Rob wins. So yeah. To be honest though, it's a video that if you like PlayStation, you're gonna watch it because it's gonna be, you know exactly what you're gonna get. So, but anyway, we're coming on to the last thing now anyway, and that's biggest disappointment.
Again.
What's that?
Can you ask the question again?
What about the games?
No, of what time it is.
What time? Oh, what do you want me to do a cut?
I reckon.
How long? How long?
You know what? I reckon it's about 150.
Give it another 10 seconds. Give it another 10 seconds, and we'll come back to it. Okay. But yeah, Sam, you're right. You're right. It's 1:14:57. Unbelievable. So we're going to move on to the last thing now. We're going to move on to your biggest disappointment. Now, I feel bad now because I've heard you talking about the game so much, but you played it. But I pre-ordered Warzone for Ed for his birthday, and I was so disappointed when it turned up because it was so I don't know, the characters didn't move like the SmackDown characters, you know. It was almost like they were very flat. I thought it was very sort of, and it was quite difficult trying to do some of the moves. Like you would slam someone and their body would stay like rigid on the floor, like and then they would just jump up, and it was really. Whereas on SmackDown, you hit someone and they all had individual sort of, you know, like The Rock would do his punches and, you know, they all had individual things. It was a very personal game, like, but that might have been the whole difference between Acclaim and THQ. The fact THQ had such success on the N64 with the WCW games. Because I think it was at Yucks Entertainment also did it. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Oh, it was Jack Specific. That was it. But they did such a great job with these games, and I think the fact that these games were so good and so decent that it was, I suppose, at the time, because Warzone came up pretty early, would have been this one. But these games were just so nostalgic for me even back then. They were just so good.
Polished. Very polished.
But that's it. Yeah, they took the idea and just went with it. And I think because I think this came out slightly after, but I remember playing that at the time and just thinking this isn't great, you know. But I'd also played some of the games on the N64 at the time, so like NWO, WCW World Tour and stuff like that, and they were just miles apart. So good. But yeah, that's my biggest game of disappointment. I remember pre-ordering that for Ed for his birthday, and it turned up and being really excited. And it was I think it was from Woolworths, because we had to go pick it up. So it didn't turn up, sorry. We went round to Woolworths and picked it up, I remember now. And came back, and it was was such a disappointment. And also, it took up like a whole memory card from memory. It was massive, and it was like we had to delete half of our games that we had saved. So, yeah, so that's my biggest disappointment. So, what's yours? Any games that you played? Any games? I mean, to be fair, Rob, we used to go to Ross Records weekendly, like,
Yeah.
so there's probably thousands.
If you didn't like it, you know, you wouldn't suffer it long. You know,
No.
days later, it'd be out of your collection again.
So just to clear it up before you go off there, Rob, Ross Records, if you don't live in Portsmouth, is a chain that I say it's a chain. I think there's only one going now, but originally there was two. And it was a bit like CEX, effectively now. You could trade your consoles, DVDs, CDs in there. And it was sort of in the 90s. They took Mega Drive games, SNES games, you could get everything in there. And Rob and I used to frequent both of these stores, like cycle there and spend hours just browsing, and then just buy the worst game usually possible. So, but sorry, anyway, Rob, you carry on. I just want to clear it up.
What can I get for £3? But not a good game, I can tell you.
No, I'll give you this empty case.
You can get a game if you want to, but you won't enjoy it. You can just take it back.
You can watch me play.
For 3 minutes.
You have this
Money first.
so you can play this really good game. Bad disappointments. I mean, I was thinking about earlier the ones that I was really disappointed. But it's not a universal appeal, because I think probably I'm the only one in England who probably bought it. It was not a mass market game, and that probably should have been telling.
Is it a special game again?
Yeah. It was. You know when you get a bucket of games, you rummage down to the bottom, you think, 50p, you know, but you buy it and you're still disappointed. It's still not worth it for you.
I've overpaid for this.
Is that Wix I made the wrong call? Which would sustain me longer. And that was a game called Panzer General, where, according to the box, it was a thrilling, high-speed strategy game where you commanded an entire army of World War II era tanks and bombers and planes and that kind of stuff, and you would take on different campaigns and that kind of stuff. It was strategy and speed. This is probably coming on the back of like Command and Conquer games and those kinds of games. Red Alert, which were really popular. I really liked. Okay, yeah, I'll give it a go. It was grueling, absolutely grueling, because now like speed with so much detail that I guess I was like a World War II nerd. Even I thought it was really nerdy and just so slow. It's rubbish.
Oh no!
The whole list of features it was terrible. And then the second one came out.
You bought the second one. What? This is great. Where's this been all my life?
So much. And I saw the trailer for the second one, and the way they advertised the second one, how much better it was than the first. In every category, what they did is they showed footage of the first one, and like, you can move your tank over here. The first one, the tanks are slowly and the second one is like plays the rock music, and it's like really high definition tank. And I thought, every part of it was like, back in the first one, this is how you send a bomb over the second one. Yeah, kick ass. Yeah, that is the game that I thought was fun. And then using how rubbish the first one is, that you took my money off. Just try to
50p, Rob.
try to tell me the second. You think of
I love the way I love the way as well.
This game. I guess it wasn't massively better than the first one. So yeah.
I love the way as well that one was probably 75 pence, and you were like, "No, I'm not paying that." No, no way. I've been burnt once. That's.
I made of money. So,
I can get a king-size Mars bar for that. That's
big bucks here, big stuff. So as I say, I don't think it's probably people have not heard of this game, but rightly so. But for me, who got stuck in it, it's a pain on the other end.
What about you, Sam? You're going to say it was your game now.
I think you're fine, Rob.
No, I bought the second one and it was amazing.
That's what he's got a problem with. Yeah.
No, I don't think I can think of any particularly game I was disappointed with, because I think like when I was at that age, I was just like, I didn't like read the magazines and stuff, so I didn't know what was coming. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't have the hype, or yeah, I suppose my friends didn't really play the games as much and that sort of thing. So it was kind of like if one of my brothers bought a new game, then I'd kind of like, oh, that's a new game. You know, I might like it, I might not, but there was no expectation with them. Having said that, one game that did used to annoy me was, I think it was LMA Manager.
I loved LMA Manager. Oh, I loved it. Done a video series on that. Love it. Sorry, carry on.
I think it was LMA.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Backtrack.
Or it could have been
Player Manager? I don't know.
It could have been Hot War.
Yeah.
Oh.
Panzer Assault? I don't know. Something like that.
No, it basically it took up a whole memory card for the save, and it's like I could play 15 games and save those games, or I can play this one game and not be able to save any of my other games. So that
I'd say it does sound like LMA.
Yeah.
It does.
And because I had like a short attention span with games, like management games, I was just basically in it for the glory, sign all the best players, didn't want to do any of the grinding work and all the lower league stuff. They used to do, remember you used to get on the back of like the manuals on the PS1 games, it's like phone this hotline and you can get cheat codes for it. And it was like £2 a minute or whatever. And with LMA, they decided to just be purposely annoying with it by so each like batch of the game had its own different code, and then so some cheats would work with that code but not with if you put that code in your game it might work, but someone else who owns the game later puts that code in, it doesn't work.
Weird.
It was kind of like specific to that game. If that makes sense.
I don't know if that was LMA then, because LMA used to just put your username, your manager name or something, and it would just work. You just like if you wanted like 50 million, you would put like loads of money as your name, and it would like give you like 50 million. It was. But there was 3 or 4 different ones. There was Player Manager that was a bit like that. I would say LMA was you could like look at your stadium in 3D and build like a stand.
Yeah.
Was that it?
I don't know.
No.
I'm making
it does sound like it, but they did throw management games out because the main games that I seem to remember were like the Premier Manager ones on the PlayStation. They were like the big games.
I think they.
I mean, look at how retro that tracksuit looks. You know, look at that. You just can't look at that.
You used to get Alex Ferguson manager game or something as well, wasn't there, on the PS1?
Oh, I think I know what it might be, that game. Was it FA Manager? Was it a green case?
I can't remember.
Because there was... No, I think it is, because I had that, and it had 5 different manuals when you bought it. So if you had... It was 5 different sorts of codes. So like you said, if you would put... Yeah. I think it might be FA... That was... But I didn't mind that as well, but it was really difficult as well. Like, it was just ridiculously hard to win games on it. It was just...
But yeah, it was like, why are you doing this to me? You just made it harder.
Yeah, needless so.
Like,
yeah.
What's the point in having it?
Yeah. I think it might be FA Manager, but Cool. Okay. Well, we've all got a selection now. I thought Sam was going to go. It was perfect. I loved every game I got. It was all good. So nice. Well, is that all your suggestions there, guys?
Yeah.
Nice one. Hour and 20. Let's try and keep it under an hour and 30. We're at an hour and 27 and a half now. So, well, that was really good, guys. I really enjoyed that, going down memory lane with you. I think we played the PlayStation quite a lot, actually. As I'm trying to think, SmackDown was probably forming most of our gaming memories, but
Good shit.
yeah, the SmackDown games were brilliant, absolutely. I remember playing Worms with you, Rob, a few times, and no, Bomberman wasn't on it. Yeah, Bomberman was on it. Did I play Bomberman with you on
Mega
it?
Drive.
Probably the Mega Drive.
Mega Bomb.
No, I'm pretty sure there was one for the. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't.
Version of the PS.
But we played Medal of Honor. Definitely remember playing Medal of Honor with you.
I seem to remember taking you out. Like you went nothing. I'm not Medal of Honor. Like, you play this game a lot, don't you, Rob?
Yeah, you play us a lot. Can we put on FIFA?
So I can beat your head out of you on FIFA instead.
Yeah, we'll do a best of 3 games and then we'll throw on, I don't know, Barbie Super Princess or something next, just to see who can get that style right.
Yeah, you got a perfect score on that. Sure. Suspicious.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's always the hair. You get the hair right, and it's all everything else comes naturally. So cool. Anyways,
I do remember,
we've managed to.
Also with SmackDown, the first one, we were really excited because of really into wrestling at the time, and the cage matches actually have ropes and stuff, whereas before it was just there was no ropes, it was just a cage around for the ring.
Yeah. Oh man. It's just memories.
I used to be quite good at Attitude, which I say is basically the same as Warzone, just on a mass level. And I was like, I don't need to read the controls. I've got this game, And then playing SmackDown, the buttons were completely different. So I was I remember my first match, Stone Cold against Vince McMahon, and I was pressing triangle to punch him, but triangle was run. The whole first match I played, it's me sprinting at Vince McMahon at full pace over and over again, wondering why I wasn't hitting him.
I'll get him sooner or later.
Make him run for it.
What was it? And move and roll and move and roll.
Yeah, and square used to be kick on Attitude, but it was block on SmackDown. So there's me just sprinting and blocking. Sprint and...
That's nice. I like that. I like that a lot. That's the thing, you couldn't take, if it was different developers, they would always change, Pro Evo and FIFA. There was a selection on Pro Evo that you could switch to the controllers for FIFA, but they would always switch the cross and the shoot button.
Oh.
So you went to shoot on one, it would go straight up in the air.
Alright, okay.
Yeah.
Long goal, and that's when you find out.
That's it, yeah, you think this is either going to go square to my opposition player or I'm going to score a weldy. And often went off for a throw-in or something, so... But no, PlayStation, massive memories of the PlayStation. So.
Did you have a Saturn as well? Did you have a Saturn or did you have a Dreamcast?
No, I had a Saturn for a little while. Very, very little while, because I got that. I think I got the Saturn between the PlayStation 1 when we were playing it with Ed and me buying an N64. Because then I traded my N64 in for a PlayStation 2. I can't remember what way around it was. One of those. Yeah.
So did you remember you bringing the Saturn to my... I think you were trying to sell it to me, but I think you were trying to sell it to yourself. But yeah.
That sounds like me. Yeah, that's...
This one's got a card with this game, it's got this, it's got time process, and I thought, you're kidding yourself, Sean. You've made a mistake. And you're digging yourself in even deeper with it.
Yeah, that does sound like me. So,
Buy yourself a PlayStation 1.
You weren't willing to go over that 50 pence though, Rob. So it was never gonna come to you. But Yeah, the Saturn was a miserable failure, but yeah, it's a shame because it did have some decent games. Like the original Tomb Raider came out on Saturn. Everyone always thinks it came out on the PlayStation first, but that was where it came out on first.
Still selling it out.
When you said the sound was a miserable failure, I thought you said the Sam was a miserable failure. They are.
Yeah, we just moved on. That's different. Yeah, it's but no, it was funny because the console itself, I mean, the graphics on that have really not aged well at all on Saturns, but it's one of those things that I think I probably still would want to buy a Saturn back again, just for, I don't know, because there are some decent games on it. Like, there's a game called Clockwork Knight, which is really good, and it's a platformer. That's really good. There's a few of the, I think one of the Resident Evils is supposed to be quite good on it as well. But yeah, there's hidden gems on every console, like Wing Commander on the 3DO and stuff like that. You know, I can't name any other 3DO games apart from Wing Commander. So, but yeah.
It's a cult following. You know, it's quite fine. You know, it's kind of a niche for people who come after it as well.
Yeah,
whereas
it's got it's getting a remake, I think, isn't it? Someone said it's getting a remake. Well, I've heard a few games are getting remakes, like South Park Rally. I'm going to keep an eye out for that because I think that would just be hilarious if they remade that.
That'd be a really good mini console.
Speaking of mini consoles, have you guys got the PlayStation Classic, the little one, the one they released like a year and a half ago?
No.
The little plug and play thing. You haven't got it?
Gladly no.
No, it's really good. I when I say it's really good, it's like the Saturn. No, it's great because you can really easily add stuff to it. Like if you hack it, I mean, I can't do stuff like that, but I've watched YouTube videos on it and thought I could do that. You know, so
they made it so easy to hack. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's because they couldn't get half the licenses.
Yeah.
So
yeah, if you
the way of the world.
BIOS, there's a lot of games that were actually like Tomb Raider and all that, but they had to remove because they were. They basically just pushed it to try and get it out for Christmas. So rather than negotiate stuff, they're just like, right, we'll drop that game, we'll pick a different one in.
Yeah.
But it's literally, I can't remember what they're called, but it's like a Pi chipboard, which is like that big.
Raspberry Pi.
And you can
yeah, it's tiny, isn't it?
You can buy them online for like a $5.
Yeah.
Literally all that's in that thing.
Yeah, I will admit half of it for me is the nostalgia because the box looks so cool. The controllers it comes with are really handy, and I think you can use them on PCs as well. You can get a little patch that you use with controllers on PCs because they're USB.
Yeah, USB. That's why it's so easy to hack because you literally put in a USB, press escape on the keyboard, and it will go into the BIOS. That's how easy it is to hack. You just press one button.
Yeah, they've done it. That's what I always love about Pro Evo because you have to when you get Pro Evo, even the modern day versions, you buy Pro Evo and they've got none of the kits, none of the logos, none of the. But then someone mysteriously releases a patch that you can download and then just put so they haven't had to pay however many millions it is to buy the kits, the licenses, the likenesses of the players. They just release this patch and everything gets updated. And that's what I did. I can't even do that stuff. I'm rubbish at patches, but it worked first time for me when I did it. And I was like, wow, that must be easy to do, you know. So, but yeah, it's crazy how it works. But I would seriously, the little mini console is brilliant. I absolutely love it. It's haven't played it for a little while though, but I'm definitely going to hack it to get all the games on it. I think because you can get some absolutely brilliant games on it. So, but nice. Okay, guys. Well, that's everything I've got for the PlayStation. We've blown the 1 minute 30 now, so we may as well go for 1 minute 40. So, anyway, guys, Sam, it's great for you to have been able to join us. So we'll definitely do another one of these down the line.
Shut up.
yeah. We'll have to think of other consoles that we've done. So you're a big Xbox player at the moment. Is it Xbox 3? No, that's Rob, sorry. He's got quite a big Xbox 360.
Well, Sam also is a bit of an Xbox 360 fan, if I recall.
Yeah.
So, although you never had one, did you? So, you had a
No, never had one. Glenn had one. Ed had one, but I had my PlayStations, so yeah, never really interested until I got involved in the dark arts about 3 or 4 months ago when I got onto Xbox. So yeah, still loving that, by the way. So, but no, cool. Okay, well, we'll definitely find another console to talk about, but for now, guys, hope you've enjoyed giving us an hour and 38 minutes of your life.
I want those back.
Yeah, well, the worst thing is, like I said, I'm going to send this to you to approve, so technically you're going to have to watch it at least once just to make sure you're happy with it. So, but anyway, yeah, guys, we just want to say thanks for watching. We hope you've enjoyed it. It's been great actually chatting about PlayStation and going back on some memories and stuff. So, yeah, trip down memory lane. So I hope you've enjoyed, and please feel free to comment, rate, and subscribe. I'll probably lose subscribers for this long video, but anyway, each their own. Be funny if Rob unsubscribes. So, but no, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.